these greens. It's thick. It's challenging, but you can get a number of different lies.
Let's get over to the 10th, and Jeeno Thitikul with her second.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and hit ahead of Nasa Hataoka. That's a wedge. These players are behind. They're being watched by the rules officials, and Nasa taking extra time.
And now Jeeno going to try to follow her in.
Yeah, she should have a real good sense of the visual on this. There's really not much break, especially if you hit it the speed at which Lexi did. Overall, very level putt. Yeah, just didn't get that started correctly.
It just looked like she totally shoved that one.
Played well last week at St. Andrews. And she's looking quizzically. Still not sure what happened.
I mean, if there is a weakness in her game, she's such a strong ball striker. It would be a little bit of the putting at times. Forget that Rose is barely 1 year on tour, 1 full year since last spring.
Here's another 21-year-old phenom, Jeeno Thitikul.
Yeah, and just her 3rd year on tour, going with an 8-iron as well.
Shows you how good Lexi's shot was. This was just a moment ago with the 11th. Uh-oh, Thitikul.
That ball was almost completely submerged under the sand.
Wow, just a hit and hope there, Kay. What a shot. The best in the world. Pinch me moment.
Yeah, you certainly had your share of those. Here is Thitikul for par at 11th.
And Nasa Hataoka already putted Mr. Birdie putt. This from just inside of 30 feet. Overall, pretty flat, not a lot of movement. Looked like it hit something en route.
How about the cup? Oh.
That would have been a heck of a sandy, one she'd remember for a long time.
That was an amazing shot she hit.
It was, and she, you know, she got right up over it and hit it, just wailed at the ball, and it was a heck of a shot just to get it on the green.
Well, they had to. They're on the clock, aren't they? Yeah. Her 7th birdie of the day would move her into 2nd place alone. Thitikul back on the tee.
Yeah, a good solid hit, taking it down that right side.
It's the Aon Risk Reward Challenge hole, and Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul.
Yeah, Jeeno is looking at 224 yards to the front, 246 total. Now, and this is pushed with a fade. Gonna miss right somewhere.
Yeah, similar swing to what she hit on the last hole as well, that par 3. Got way down there. About green high.
Nice and quiet, guys. Nice and quiet, guys. Thank you.
4 under through her first 7, a double bogey at 9, a bogey at 10, but that'll look like another birdie for Nasa. And now Jeeno for a birdie here at the 12th.
And she really has had sort of a nondescript scoring day so far. 1 birdie, 1 bogey. And I think for her, the way, because she's such a premium ball striker, it's just she has to stay so patient and positive on the putting surfaces.
Okay, that was descript.
That looked like a birdie all the way, didn't
Sure.
it? What a good putting can make up for a lot. What a good stroke.
And after the birdie at the 12th, here is Jeeno Thitikul.
Players are hitting a slightly uphill drive. This hole moves a little bit to the right. There's like a white banner down there in the distance. That's a pretty good target. longer hitters can challenge the right-hand side a little bit, but there is a little more room to the left. I think that'll work every day.
Good start.
Jeeno's looking at 144 to the hole. Little bit of breeze hurting. She's going with an 8-iron that I think she can go ahead and hit this full. Just probably trying to land it at 140.
I want to land it ideally about middle of the green. Hope it chases on up over a little ridge.
I like the Jeeno fans out here. They're very supportive.
The name kind of fits right in, doesn't it, to Boston? Some Jeenos around here. Well, again this week, and that continues to drift away as we take you back to 14 and Jeeno Thitikul.
Yeah, she just can't wait to get up over this wedge shot, see how close she can hit it. Nice little 3/4 swing. Trying to get it to spin. It's so firm back there.
Is it going to stop? Barely. A lot of folks asking it about 10 feet away. Chance to break out of that pack at 7 under. Thitikul's ball did just hang up there. This for birdie.
Yeah, it's just on the edge of the fringe, right up next to the first cut. So pretty good job of getting the right speed and relatively solid contact with that higher grass behind her ball.
I feel like she's gotten a little bit tight with her putter. Her ball striking is still really solid, but sometimes you get out of your comfort zone taking it deep like she did on that front 9.
Best putt was one for par, actually, a couple of holes ago. Here's Thitikul at 15.
Taking this down the left side of this fairway. It opens up a bit over there.
And there it goes. Beautiful look here at what they see from back in the 15th fairway. This is Jeeno Thitikul.
Yeah, a lot of these holes on the back 9 just kind of go back and forth, paralleling each other. Not much wind to speak of. Little 9-iron for Jeeno. Such a beautiful ball striker. She's 5th on tour in hitting greens in regulation.
23 to the hole.
At the 15th, Thitikul for birdie.
I think Jeeno was a little surprised her ball came up this far short.
Okay, just never really got over that crest and had a little bit of spin. But you said the
Solheim Cup.
2 weeks from today. But who's counting?
You and all of us are counting. Jeeno Thitikul was part of a team victory at the International Crown, the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown at TPC Harding Park last spring for Thailand, and got a team victory at the Dow Championship, Ronnie Yen, at the end of June.
I can see why Jeeno would be an asset to any team. She has such a all-around spectacular game and a great personality. Just a delight to watch and be around. This is a wedge.
Okay, and she's very even-keeled, too, which is, you know, in a team situation, important in those tense moments.
Boy, pushed that one. I almost think she was lined up. She's looking back at her line. I think she was dead aimed right where she hit it.
Just a moment ago at 16, Jeeno Thitikul.
Nothing easy about this. Downhill lie, coming out of the rough, green sloping away.
Oh, this is a pretty sweet shot. That is easy to go right underneath it and leave it nearly in the same spot. That was wonderful.
Your fam from up that way.
Absolutely.
All right, here is Thitikul for par. This would be sporty. Coming at you.
Grant, she probably shouldn't have been up on that hill in the first place, but given that she was, that was a really good 3.
Now she can laugh about it. Yeah, she said, I'm going to go by Jeeno now.
Well, so I know something that Stacy has been paying a lot of attention to statistically heading into RTJ.
Speaking of stats, take a look at our insights by KPMG and Jeeno Thitikul. This is what we've come to expect, Morgan. 3rd year on the LPGA Tour and just absolutely as pure as it gets.
Yeah, and that's even, I mean, look at those stats, even struggling with a wrist or a thumb injury, excuse me, having to change her grip, which is not an easy thing to do. Had to move both hands in opposite directions to take some pressure off of her left thumb. And she doesn't seem to be fazed whatsoever by that shift earlier this season.
Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago, got to #1 in the world. That for birdie.
Especially around the greens where maybe you can find a little more manageable lie.
Thinking about Hate on You here and Jeeno Thitikul and a little bit of a comparison. Remember, Jeeno won a couple of times as a rookie, won Rookie of the Year. Didn't win last year, but led the tour in top 10s. Hate on last year, Rookie of the Year. 2nd in top 10s this year without a victory. Maybe Hate on can get it done this weekend. Here's Jeeno at 18.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good-looking tee shot. I like this tee being moved up 1 to allow players to hit driver here instead of laying up short of the bunkers.
Right up ahead at 18. Thitikul.
Going with the pitching wedge from 115 yards because a little breeze has picked up and is hurting, so the shot will play a bit longer. Oh, I'd say she dialed that one in really nice. Classy.
You don't have to catch Hate on You today. You just have to get as close as you can and then make a run on the weekend. Going to play in 2s tomorrow, so at the moment it would be Hate on and
More so than whether anyone can catch her if she goes out and has a couple of fairly impressive rounds. She's going to be tough to beat.
Thitikul for a closing birdie. Yeah, 1 putts for all 3. A couple of birdies and a par. And don't count out Atthaya Thitikul, who won her first LPGA title from 6 back on Sunday down in Carlsbad, California. Just 19.
With Jeeno Thitikul, it's nice to call you Jeeno, and it seemed like a lot of people in the crowd really enjoyed calling you and yelling out your name.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's easier for you guys and also for the fan as well. I love it. I think the fan loves it too, to call it Jeeno more than Atthaya, because Atthaya is quite long.
Yeah. Well, you've gained a lot of fans, and I think you get fans through your game and your personality. Tell me a little bit about your opinions of this golf course and what makes it scoreable and also what makes it difficult.
I think for this golf course, you had to put your ball on the fairway and also on the green, which is if you can put it on the green and also on the fairway, you're gonna be like take a lot of advantage of it, because around the green it's not that easy, I guess, because the rough is kind of particular to predict it, and then also the green is pretty fast and firm. So yeah, I think if you want to make a really low score, you have to hit it close, like really close to the pin.
So I heard last night FM put on a really nice party at the hotel. And did you fall in love with a certain food last night?
Sure, they got my favorite lobster roll. And then, you know, like, I convinced my team to come here to Boston because they're just like, oh, maybe it's too tired after the match. I was like, nope, we gotta go. I know it's a good food.
I know you're a foodie and you appreciate big cities like Boston. I love it. Great playing and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
I mean, what's not to love? Look, it's Jeeno, Thitikul, and what's not to love about this game? We've still got, you know, the full name up there, Atthaya, but what a player, what a personality. Just 21 years old, Morgan, and this for birdie at 12.
Yeah, that was a great example there with Kay of just how much fun she is. And even her team saying maybe it's too much to play here in Boston. She goes, nope, good food, had a lobster roll. It's a lobster. Lobster roll.
It is. Look at this lob shot here, almost. Okay, close. And she'd roll that in for par. Keep the day going. And then her third at the 18th. This was a touch of class.
Yeah, just a hole. Even though it's a par 5, it's a tough hole. And playing over par, making it look easy, as she so often does.
And then one last birdie chance here. I mean, she won an LET event when she was 14 years old. Incredible. Won Player of the Year in 2021, then came to the LPGA Tour and hasn't looked back. #1 in the world for a brief period. 3 wins now. And the sky is the limit for Jeeno.